Good evening. This is Dina Shepherd with Altera Consulting, and we are going to discuss non-medical home care marketing. This is a very, very important topic to your home care business when you are thinking about all of the aspects that you need to take care of and that you need to handle in business development. A lot of people, surprisingly enough, do not put a lot of emphasis and thought on the marketing process. And failure to plan and failure to market your business um, the correct way really ends up leading to the demise of your business early. So today we're going to talk about non-medical home care marketing. It is very different than marketing a business that is reimbursed by insurance. A lot of times home health providers, not to say anyone has it easy, but if they are marketing to individuals that have Medicare and other insurances, a lot of people have those insurances. You don't have to worry about those individuals coming out of pocket and paying for the full cost of service. So to that degree, it may be a little easier for those individuals to get clients to sign onto services, although all industries have their challenges when it comes to marketing. But private pay marketing, which is basically the main source of payment and reimbursement for non-medical home care, private pay can be very challenging. It's a very unique process. And so it's going to require that you have very unique strategies and methods of. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So, home care marketing overview. Home care marketing is essential to the continuous growth of your home care business, as we mentioned earlier. It's definitely something that needs to be considered early in the business planning stages. So while you're doing all the fun things like logos and trying to figure out maybe what services that you are going to provide, you want to make sure that you are giving serious thought to the marketing process of your business. How do you plan to market your business? And it's very important that you decide to market your business early, because home care marketing, senior care marketing, especially in the private pay sector, it takes time and it does not typically produce immediate results. So that's not to say that if you go out, market your business and let certain companies know you're available, that someone may not call you. That can absolutely happen. But on a standard, typical standpoint, it's going to take time. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. And just like any relationship, it takes time for people to get to know you, like you, and trust you. So before you go out and you start hitting the pavement to market, you want to make a plan. You need to plan for your marketing. And these are a couple of areas where you want to start planning for your marketing. So prior to actually marketing your business, you want to be strategic and you want to make the following plans. First, you determine who your ideal client is. So if you are in non-medical home care, a lot of people will say, oh, well, that's easy. Um, a senior that wants care in their home, that's my ideal client. And although, yes, typically you care for seniors in non-medical home care, and obviously they want care in their home setting, that does not fully tell you who your ideal client is. So you want to determine who your ideal client is based on what are their needs. You want to determine what their needs are versus what you can provide as a non-medical home care provider. And for many of you, that's going to be determined by your state's home care regulatory agency. So if it's a Department of Health or Department of Senior Services, whoever it is for your state, that is basically going to be the foundation of how you determine who you can provide services for. So you want to make sure you are thinking about it based on needs. What are their needs and what services can you provide them based on their needs? You also want to think about when you're considering who your ideal client is, you want to think about their payer source. How are they able to reimburse you? And how are you able to receive reimbursement? So if you are in a setting and there are plenty of seniors, they're interested in home care and they're interested in your business, they fit the age and so forth that you're looking for, but they are only Medicare or Medicaid recipients. They're not private pay, and your business is exclusively a private pay business. Are you truly going to be able to provide services for these potential clients? Is this person or these group of people, are they your ideal client? If they can't reimburse you and they can't pay you, then the answer to that question would be no. They're not your ideal client. Another area to help you determine who your ideal client is location. You want to think about your service area. Where does this potential individual live? Can you provide services to that area? Even if you are a privately owned company, most states are going to require that you list by county or by zip code or some other measure. They're going to request that you list the areas that you're able to provide service. And if you don't list a particular area, then you're not able to provide services to those individuals. So you also want to make sure you determine, where does this person live as far as counties or zip codes? Does it fall within your territory? All of this is going to help you determine if this is your ideal client. The next area of planning that you want to consider is to determine where you will find these ideal clients. So this is not exclusively meaning zip code or counties, as we just previously mentioned, but location, assisted living, independent living, long-term care facilities, skilled nursing and rehab, doctor's offices, hospice, skilled home health providers. Those are all areas that you want to document down when you're planning your marketing endeavors for your business, because these are people that are already in front of your target client. They're already there. The beautiful thing about assisted living and independent living is that they are already private pay. So when you go and you're marketing your services, and let's say you get a potential referral, and you're talking to this potential referral and the families, and you're letting them know that you are private pay at this time, you don't accept private insurance, maybe you're not Medicaid certified as of yet, this is going to not be such an uncommon conversation, because most assisted livings and independent livings are going to be private pay. So think about where you're going to find your ideal client once you determine who your ideal client is. Now you've determined who your ideal client is, where you're going to find them. You want to determine how you will attract your ideal client. So what is going to make this ideal client or potential family decide to pick you out of all of the other home care providers? What is it going to be about you that has them say, yes, I absolutely need to work with ABC Home Care? They are amazing. This is the company that I definitely want to have provide home care services to my loved one. So again, Those are all areas that you want to be thinking about and considering what can make you special. And it has to be more than simply, oh, we're wonderful, we have the best caregivers in the world. That's nice, but you need to present more than that. Is it a particular service that you provide that other home care providers don't have? Maybe you have more flexible terms as far as minimum hours. A standard agency will put a 3 to 4 hour minimum on services that they will offer a client. Maybe you don't have those kind of minimums and they find that to be very attractive. So again, this is where you're going to do some research. You're going to see what other people are doing, and you need to be creative and think about what areas can uh, you do? What can you do to make your agency stand out and be more attractive, more appealing to your ideal client? And then last but certainly not least, and something that you always want to definitely keep in mind, you want to think about how you will be retaining your clients. You've worked so hard to get this client. You've put in the work and the sweat and the tears to determine who your ideal client is, where you're going to find this ideal client, how are you going to attract them. You absolutely want to keep what we call that back door closed, and you want to keep your clients. You don't want to get them on services. Maybe they stay a couple weeks and then they're going to another home care provider because they're unhappy with your services, they're unhappy with your communication, whatever the case may be. So again, this is where you, as a business owner, you want to think, how can you retain your clients? What does your quality assurance measures look like as far as client satisfaction? Are they satisfied with the caregivers that you have coming to the home? Do you take the time to do small things for your clients? Something that I did with my agency that was such a very simple touch, but really drove home that little piece of customer service, is that every new start of care that we were able to sign up and get them to come on board to our agency, we always wrote a handwritten thank you note. I had a box full of empty cards, and they would just be very simple. I got them from the Dollar Tree, and I always would have them, and I would have them available for when a client signed up for us. And then I also would have them available if we received a referral from a professional referral source. Even if for whatever reason the referral did not work out, we still sent a thank you card just acknowledging that we received the referral and we were thankful for their consideration. So think about the small things that you can do to retain your clients. It doesn't have to be, anything excessive and ridiculous, but what small touches can you add to your services, to that whole experience, that will make your client and the family say, yes, we feel absolutely at home with ABC Home Care. We're so excited that we picked them. So again, we're going to go over in more detail. Who is your ideal client? Again, you want to determine your ideal client based on the following: location, services needed versus services offered, and payer sources. Again, there's no point in seeking a client in an area that you don't have as a potential territory. Or even more, let's say you do have them as a potential territory, but you don't have staff in that area and you haven't even started recruiting for that area. That's not going to be a ideal situation for you to start seeking potential clients there until you're ready. services needed versus services offered. Again, very simple. You want to think about, what do they need? Do they need non-medical home care, or do they may need to be in a community setting? Maybe they're not safe at home. And as difficult as that decision may be for you as a business owner of a non-medical home care agency, you have to remember that you're advocating for the family, you're advocating most of all for the client. And if you determine through the needs assessment process, or just, initial meetings, you determine that this client is not ideal for the home, it is your responsibility to do the right thing and communicate that to the family, communicate that to the client as well, that maybe staying home for them at this point in time is just not the best thing. So finding your ideal client, I mentioned a couple of locations earlier, but we're going to talk about them some more. So senior living communities include independent living, assisted living, memory care, and there's actually one more I should have added, which is a CCRC, which is a continuous care retired community. So independent living, for those of you that are not sure exactly what an independent living community is, an independent living community is typically a community for those that are 55 and older, 55 years of age and older, and it is a handicap accessible, an apartment complex. It could be cottages. It just depends on the location, but it's typically handicap accessible. It provides the resident with the opportunity to have access to an administrative team. So usually there's an office administrator or an executive director that is there to manage the community and the happenings of the community, the needs of the residents. Then they'll have a salesperson. Some independent living communities will also have an activities person, not all. And then some independent living communities will also have a chef that will provide maybe 1 or 2 meals during the day. And maybe the resident will be able to get more meals if they pay extra. And then there's usually a housekeeping staff that's on board, and that will provide housekeeping on a regular basis as well. So with an independent living, there's no care that is provided in the community or by the community. So any care needed would have to be coordinated through the family and their responsible party. A good independent living community will already have relationships established with home care providers and be able to make those referrals for you and help you through that situation. But most times, this is something, an area that the resident and or family member has to go through on their own. They have to be the ones to find that care. So going into those communities will provide you with a great advantage because these people are already paying private pay, independent living community, and they're not receiving any care from the community setting either. So assisted living is another great place to look for potential clients. Again, these residents are in a handicap accessible type apartment complex. The major difference between independent living and assisted living is the simple fact that assisted living does provide a measure of care. So it's going to be based on your state regulations as far as what kind of care assisted living will provide, but they do provide some care. Many now do have nurses available on hand to help with emergencies and help kind of assess the situation of the resident in the community. Memory care is for individuals that have a diagnosis of some form of dementia. So it does not have to exclusively be Alzheimer's disease. It could be Alzheimer's, Lewy bodies, vascular dementia, but they must have an active diagnosis written by the physician in order for them to move into a memory care community. The memory care community is going to be a secure neighborhood. So a lot of times, due to different behaviors and things of that nature, a non-medical home care provider is going to be a great partnership and benefit to a memory care community. The CCRC is what I mentioned earlier, and that is your continuous care retirement community. That is going to encompass all areas of senior communities and skilled nursing facilities. So a CCRC is going to have independent living, assisted living, memory care, and then your skilled nursing facility. So that is what a CCRC is. CCRCs are great places to go and market your business because, again, you're going to have a variety of people involved in the care. And also, these individuals are very much so comfortable and understanding to the private pay sector because that is currently what's another great area to find your ideal client would also be skilled nursing facilities, also known as SNFs or rehabs, hospitals, hospice, adult daycare centers, senior centers, doctor's offices, skilled home health providers, elder law attorneys, realtors, bank trust officers, pharmacies, and internet marketing and social media marketing. So these are all very creative and wonderful ways to market your business. So now that you've planned, you got the first steps in place, you want to really start thinking about home care marketing strategy. So strategy comes on board with how are you going to uh, present your business? Who will you be presenting your business to? How will you be doing this? Um, all of this stuff is very, very much so important. So, marketing strategy, let's continue on with this. So, one of the things you want to focus on when you are developing marketing strategy is you want to determine what type of relationship you want to create with the professional referral source and also with the families as well. It's going to be very important that you make that determination because that's going to help you with your approach. So best practice, honestly, is you want to go into this marketing relationship with the ideology of being a problem solver. Your goal is how can I help you, my referral source, my potential clients, potential family members to my clients? How can I best help you? What are your problems? So that is going to lead your conversation. When you are meeting with individuals, you need to know what are the triggers, what are the hot buttons, what are the issues that they're dealing with that's making them look for a home care provider. What do they desire from a home care provider? What are the important things? What are the highlights? They want a provider that's going to communicate every change to them immediately. Or is it someone that, you don't have to talk to me all day, every day, but I just want to know that you are going to get to my mom or dad's house on time. So maybe it is attendance or a mix of both. You want to find out what exactly the hot buttons are. What is it that they are looking for? And you want to be able to solve those problems. You want to be able to say, yes, I can help you. Now, make sure when you're saying, yes, I can help you, you can authentically help these people because they're going to be depending on that. Don't say and don't go selling them the sun and the moon and beachfront property in Arizona, knowing good and well you cannot deliver. That is going to be a big issue. So you want to make sure that you are able to deliver, but find out what these hot buttons are, what these problems and these issues are. Another marketing strategy, you want to make sure that although you're going in as a problem solver, the results need to be mutually agreeable because ultimately this is a business. This is a business. Time is money. You want to make sure if you are investing time that the return on the investment is going to be amazing. So you're not going to go into a community and, subject yourself to anything just for the sake of saying, well, at least I got into the community. You want to also make sure that you're getting something out of it and it's mutually agreeable. You want to develop a plan of action for marketing techniques. So what is your marketing technique going to include? Lunch and learns? Are you going to go to networking events? What is going to be your technique for marketing your business? You want to make sure you create a plan and be consistent with your plan. So there's no point in developing a marketing plan if you have no plans of consistently marketing your business. Ideally, the efficient marketer is going to touch 35 to 40 locations a week. And that may sound like a lot, but that's 7 to 8 places per day, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. So you need to get out there and not just talk to one or two people once a month. You need to be consistently out there on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. Very important, and you want to get out there. And when you're going out, you may be wondering, who are you going to see? Those list of people that we discussed previously, the independent livings, doctor's offices, home health providers, those are all, you want a good mix of those people in your 35 to 40, because when you're doing this sourcing, you are looking to see who is going to be a possible referral source, someone that you can work with, someone that, number one, they're in front of your target audience and you can provide care to those residents or those patients and clients, and also someone that's going to be open to working with you as well. So you want to determine if they are your referral source, and you're going to turn these people into accounts. And these accounts are the ones that you're going to work and finesse and really, really, really build those relationships on, because not everyone is going to be your client, and that's okay. That's okay that not everyone is going to be your client, but you're going to have enough as your accounts that you're going to be developing when you're going out to see these 35 to 40 locations weekly, and you're going to develop those relationships then. When you're going to these assisted living communities, independent living communities, skilled nursing, you want to make sure you get to know everyone at the location and blanket the area. That is so important, to make sure that you don't get to know just one person, or at the very maximum, two people. People leave their job for whatever reason. They leave their job. So the last thing you want to do is work so hard to develop a good relationship with the marketer, but you never developed a relationship with the nurse, the director of nursing. You never developed a relationship with the executive director. You never got a chance to know who the activities person was. the front desk person, or as we lovingly term them, the gatekeeper, some of the care staff. You never took that time to get to know who they are. And let's say your marketing person, they resign. They didn't get a chance to tell you. You walk into the community thinking you're going to see one person, they're not there, and it's a whole new marketing person that has their own likes and dislikes and who they want to use over who they don't want to use for care. Now, even though you've been to this community over and over and over again, it is going to be like going to this community for the first time ever, because you didn't take the time to get to know everyone. So you may have a familiar face, but these people don't know you to vouch for you to say, yes, give ABC Home Care a try. We use them in our building. They are our go-to. So the only way to get to that point is by getting to know everyone and blanketing the area, blanketing that community, that office, wherever you are. Get to know a little bit of everyone. Another great way to market your business strategy is to develop strategic partnerships for business. So let's go back to this slide. As we were talking about going and marketing your business to hospice providers and skilled home health providers, they are great strategic partners. They, again, are in front of your ideal client, but they do not provide the same services that you provide. So get out there, start networking, get to know people, and start co-marketing. This is a great way, number one, if you're having a hard time getting into a particular facility or getting in front of a particular professional, if your strategic partner already has a relationship, ask them to bring you along for a warm introduction. And then it's your responsibility to develop that relationship, to foster it, and to start and establish an appointment with this current referral source. So you want to make sure you're using all the strategies that you have available. And with co-marketing, make sure it's mutual. You don't want to be the taker. You want to make sure you're giving. So if your strategic partner is having a difficult time getting into a community or an office that you're already in, return the favor graciously and make sure that you introduce them to people that they're having a hard time getting in front of as well. So here's some marketing tips. When initially visiting potential referral providers, you want to learn as much as you can about them. You want to, as I stated earlier, learn those pressure points. What are those hot buttons for, especially for the potential referrals? What are they looking for? Find out if they've utilized other home care providers, which I'm sure the answer is going to be yes. And if there were any areas concerned with those home care providers, find out everything that you can. You want to assess the referral potential, as I stated earlier. What is their clientele type? What is their typical client's payer sources? Again, if you're going into a situation where the payer source is only insurance, this is more than likely not going to be your ideal client, and you're going to need to reevaluate that relationship. You want to be prepared to talk to the decision maker. So it's great to get to know and talk to the gatekeeper and the activities person. Oh, dear, dear, dear. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. We had a little technical glitch there, so I apologize. But as far as marketing tips go, you want to make sure that you, again, assess the referral potential. So what is their clientele type and payer source? You want to be prepared to talk to the decision maker. Um, get to know everyone, as we went over a moment ago. Very important that you get to know everyone there at your locations that you're visiting. You want to be prepared to schedule a meeting from a meeting. That is always the best way to schedule things while you are still fresh on their minds. You want to remember that this is a relationship marketing approach. People do business with people they like, know, and trust. You want to also make sure that you are courteous and respectful of their position and their time. So if you have a physician's office you're going to market to, and this physician is busy, if they give you and they say, I have 5 minutes to speak with you, try to get the conversation done in 4. Be respectful of their time. Acknowledge the fact that, they see a lot of patients throughout the day. They're very busy. They don't have time at that moment to come in and speak with you for 20, 30 minutes. That's when you're going to schedule that meeting from a meeting. So it may be a very brief, informal meeting, but you want to schedule that more formal meeting, maybe that lunch and learn, or go out and grab coffee one-on-one. That's what you want to do from those pop-in meetings that you're going to do. So now we're going to talk about lunch and learns. Pop-up meetings pop-up visits are very important, but you want to get to a point where you can capture the audience's attention the best way that you can. You want to capture their attention. So a lunch and learn is going to be the best way to do this. So before you even offer the lunch and learn, this is going to require some preparation, some homework on your part. So first of all, you want to learn a little history about the community. You want to learn that from uh, the business itself, the website. Take a mix of all of that and do homework. You also, again, want to learn what their hot buttons are. What are some things that are very important to them when they are at bringing vendors and other companies in to provide services for their patients or their residents, their clients? What is important to them? Is it communication? What do they need in order for them to feel comfortable with providing you clients? So that is the preparation. You want to make sure you know all of that before you go to this lunch and learn, because you are going to use this information that you discovered in your presentation. So let's say you've gone to an assisted living community a couple times. You've gotten to know the executive director, the marketing director, and the nurse. And you've decided that you would like to do a lunch and learn for this assisted living community. Very exciting. You're thrilled. You're one step closer to developing this relationship that you've been wanting with professionals. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you keep this simple. This is not a time where everybody gets a 5-course meal. There's no filet mignon. Keep it simple. Based on the amount of people that you're going to have, that's going to determine how you're going to work with this potential referral source in regards to food. Regardless of how you do this, if you give them selections from multiple places, or if you pick one location and allow them to pick a meal from there and you buy it. Or some people will cook the meal themselves and bring it in. Whatever you decide, keep it simple. Simple meaning it could be pizzas and something to drink. Or you can go to your local grocery if they have a hot kitchen area, grab couple pieces of chicken, some sides, some tea. You can tell I'm from the South. Tea goes with every meal. But whatever you want to provide, keep it simple. Do not think this is a time to or McCormick's seafood or anything that's high end. This is very simple. This is just the opportunity to give them some lunch to keep their attention while you take a moment and brag a little bit. So the typical lunch and learn should not go over 1 hour. When you are in a professional referral sources space, you want to be good stewards of their time. And most lunches, if they get to take a lunch, most lunches are about an hour long. So you want to make sure that you respect that, you respect their time, and do not make it over an hour. The first couple minutes when they are coming in the room, before we even go to the first couple minutes, prior to, you want to make sure that you get to the location on time. So actually you want to get there early, not just on time, but early. So if your lunch and learn starts at 12 o'clock, you really want to get there around 11:30. That'll give you an opportunity to set up the location where you're going to have the lunch and learn. You want to be there to set up the food. If you have any marketing material, maybe marketing folders, you want to be able to set those up as well. And you want to be calm. You want to keep your composure. So getting to the location early will allow you to take your time, do what you need to do in regards to setup, and just kind of breathe and prepare your presentation while you're in that waiting time. So once you've set up everything and people are starting to trickle in, you want to give about 10 to 15 minutes for social introductions, getting to know you, um, moment. So they're going to come in, and the first thing they're going to want to do is get to the food. Then they'll see you after that. So allow them to come in and get their food. Make sure you're making eye contact with each person that's coming in the room. Shake their hand, say hello. You want to make sure you connect with each person that's coming into the room. Once everybody has sat down and you're getting ready to start your presentation, a great thing to do is just to have everyone go around the table and introduce who they are and what department they're from. So if you have a director of nursing, she's of course going to be nursing. If you have case managers, you want to know who is all in the room. It's very important for you to know who is all in the room. And even if you want to do a sign-in sheet, you can absolutely do that as well, where you can capture maybe their name, their title and department, along with their email address, or a good contact phone number for them, however you want to capture that information. But you can absolutely do that, but give them a chance to introduce who they are. So again, who is who. And then you want to take 25 to 30 minutes of their time to present them your business. This is your time to shine. Definitely. This is a big deal. You want to make sure anything you've learned from these people, these agency, whether it's home health, hospice, whoever you're looking to do business with, and you're doing this lunch and learn, assisting who done your due diligence and learning about them, what their hotspots are. You want to make sure you touch on that in your presentation, and not just touch on it, but touch on it as to how you can be that problem solver that we talked about earlier. Maybe communication is a big deal. Great. Let them know your policies regarding communication, how you communicate with your referral sources, how you communicate with your families, your clients, your staff. You want to share all of that with them if that is an area of concern. So make sure you are prepared. You don't want to last minute put something together on the back of a napkin while you're waiting on them to come in. You want to have already given this much thought and consideration. You want to be prepared. Once you finish your presentation about who you are, you want to give time for questions. Questions are wonderful. Questions means that your audience was listening, you captured their attention, they want to know, receive clarification about you, your business, or your services. So you want to make sure you allow at least another 10 to 15 minutes for questions. Then you want to connect with your host, the one that said yes, please come in for a lunch and learn. You want to connect with that person, and you want to schedule a follow-up. So this could be done on the phone, but for best impact, I'm recommending that you do a follow-up in person. This will be a great opportunity for you to drop that thank you card off to them as well. So let them know, hey, I just wanted to stop by. I have something for you. You can leave that thank you card, and you can ask them, how did you feel the lunch and learn went? Get their honest feedback. You want to know what they thought of the lunch and learn, if they enjoyed the lunch and learn, if they felt the lunch and learn was of benefit for them. You want to know all of this during that follow-up process. Social media and internet marketing. So this is very important. So, we can do lunch and learns, but we are now in an area of social media. It just dominates the marketing aspect for businesses. So you want to make sure that you have your social media marketing to a science. So some of the social media outlets that you can utilize for home care marketing include Facebook. Facebook is a wonderful platform. It's free. There are over billions of people on Facebook, businesses that are on Facebook, not just private individuals, but you have all kinds of businesses as well. And Facebook has wonderful features. It allows you to create a business page. It allows you to create groups. And also, which is very exciting for many, is the ability to do Facebook Live. So you can record audio, or you can record using camera for Facebook Live, which is a wonderful opportunity for you to get out there and talk to your potential professional referrals, talk to your potential family members about different care needs. So Facebook is wonderful. Facebook also allows you to pay for ads, and they will circulate them. You can tailor those ads based on demographics, age, you name it. So that is an option as well. You just want to make sure anything that you're paying for, you're tracking. You want to make sure that you are tracking for your return on investment. You don't want to keep paying for something that's not working. So if you decide to pay for Facebook ads, you want to make sure that you're getting your best return on investment for that. Twitter is another platform that businesses use. As I'm sure many of you have all seen, the almighty hashtag is a big thing. So if you make posts or you post pictures and you utilize hashtags, that will get you in front of your target audience. Twitter can be an amazing platform to utilize for business development and business social media marketing. Instagram is a nice tool to use for business as well. Instagram allows you to post pictures and share stories, and it also allows for you to go live as well. So you do have the ability to record live videos on Instagram. LinkedIn is an amazing social media and internet marketing tool. It is geared for professionals. It has over 500 million professionals across the world on LinkedIn. So it is a great way for you to utilize LinkedIn in all of its wonderful ways. The standard subscription with LinkedIn is free, but they do have subscriptions that you can pay for. Those subscriptions I see are genuinely best utilized if you are a recruiter. If you are not a recruiter, then it's really not imperative for you to utilize a paid subscription. You can absolutely find the most value out of a free LinkedIn subscription. You just want to make sure you're utilizing LinkedIn correctly. So LinkedIn, again, is a professional platform. It's not a platform you utilize for personal chats and personal opinions. It's probably best that you keep topics such as religion and politics off of LinkedIn because it really is strictly a business platform. Great ways that you can utilize LinkedIn. LinkedIn now, like Facebook and Instagram, they have a live opportunity as well where you can go live to your professional referral sources online on LinkedIn, and you also have the abilities to write articles. So very similar to blogging, you can write articles on LinkedIn. You can join groups. You can create groups geared towards your target professional audience. And your posts, the more you're engaged, visuals, the more you're posting, the more you're going to be coming up in front of your target audience. And people will like what you're saying. They'll like your statuses and your comments, and your audience will grow. LinkedIn is also very nice to use because you can, if you're a shy person, you don't like cold calling, you don't like those cold visits, you are able to search for people based on their business title, their job titles, and their location where they live. So let's say you are a non-medical home care provider in Chicago, Illinois. You can absolutely look up home care owner or Home Care Chicago, Illinois, and will allow you to search by people or business or location, and you can see all of the profiles that are linked up to your search. This gives you an ability to reach out to these individuals and to have that warm introduction. And then from there, you could schedule a telephone call. And from that telephone call, it can go into that face-to-face meeting. So if you're ever having issues getting past that wonderful gatekeeper, that receptionist that is always eager to tell you that no one is available to talk to you at the current time, having that relationship with that decision maker, or at least someone very close to the decision maker from LinkedIn, is going to give you that warm introduction into the community. So you can just walk right on past that gatekeeper, wave hello, and talk to the decision maker. As far as internet marketing is concerned, you want to make sure you have a good website, a website that has a customized domain. A good customized domain would be your business name. So you want to make sure that you're utilizing a good website. Blogs are wonderful ways as well to discuss certain topics of business for your home care provider in the form of internet marketing. Live recordings of social media, as we previously discussed. Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn offer opportunities for you to go live. And then Google Pages. If you go on to Google and you search like Google Business and things of that nature, you're able to create small little landing pages or lead pages that people can go on and find out a snapshot of information about you. And they can also find how to get to your website, because you want to make sure you're driving people to your website. So we've talked about how you can get referrals. Who are your ideal individuals for referrals? And those are going to be individuals that are directly in front of your target audience, your target client, fellow caregivers, care providers, and services alike. But I want to help you think outside of the box for those non-traditional referral sources. And these are people that you probably aren't going to often think will, possibly give you a referral, but they can. So you might see that realtor is listed twice as a typical referral source, and then here as a non-traditional referral source. So again, they fit in the middle. There are some realtor companies that offer services geared towards seniors, and they help them with that transitioning and downsizing process, or moving companies that are geared towards providing moving services to seniors. So this is a great opportunity for you to be able to connect with that moving company. If anyone would know if there may be some care needs because maybe they had to move out of the home due to the loss of a loved one, a moving company would be a great company to kind of connect with. See if they work with a high senior population. So you don't want to go to just any moving company. You want to vet them. Again, there are moving companies that focus on senior care transitioning into other homes. So you want to make sure that um, you have those connections as well. A handyman, again, if you know any local handymen that provide services to seniors, they may absolutely know whether or not their client has any care needs based on any conversations that they've had. Your local chamber of commerce, very, very, very important. Chamber of commerce is a great opportunity for you to be able to connect with other professionals, even though they may not be able to give you direct referrals because they're not a care network. You never know, number one, who they may know. You never know what their needs may be as well. So very, very, very important. You want to make sure that you are looking outside of the box, and you're thinking bigger than, I just need that immediate referral. You want to connect with different businesses, because you never know, that 6 degrees of separation can be amazing and a true game changer for your business. So business associations like BNI, again, very similar to the Chamber of Commerce. Another perk for Chamber of Commerce, not even just for referrals, but they're going to be an excellent establishment you want to have available when you're opening your business. They do ribbon cutting ceremonies. They make a really big deal when you start your business in their local area. So those are other wonderful reasons as to why the Chamber of Commerce would be great. Lawn services, same concept with moving companies and handymans. If they have, and they, build that relationship with them and care needs, they can ask. Housekeeping services, same concept as lawn service, handyman, and moving companies. Any service provider that may have a relationship with your ideal client, think outside of the box. Think about who is it that would service my potential client. How can I get to know these people? How can I connect with them? How can I truly see if this could be a great opportunity for referrals? So I want to go back before we end this, and I want to talk about internet referrals. We did not mention one area, and that internet marketing that I want to talk about is for services such as A Place for Mom, caring.com, care.com, those paid lead generating services. So those can provide you with leads, but they are not cheap. So I'm not discrediting using these services, but what I want you to think about is that these providers, these services, not providers, these services can be very costly. And again, you want to track. You want to track who is giving you referrals, what is not giving you referrals, because you want to modify. You want to make sure you're modifying and you're not just sticking with someone and paying the money, and they are not providing you with referrals. So be very cautious with services such as caring.com, care.com, A Place for Mom. When they send you referrals, you are not exclusively getting these referrals. They are sending them to you and about 4 or 5, maybe more, home care providers. They are not exclusive referrals just for you to have for your agency. So you are going to be in direct competition. You're going to be in competition with other providers, and you're going to be paying to be in competition with these people. So you will just want to make sure that you're tracking you're utilizing. You also want to consider when you are marketing your business. And it's just, you want to make sure that you're utilizing various areas of marketing. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You know, it's just, if you just focus on one particular area, I'm just going to go to assisted living, that's all I'm going to do, you're going to miss so many other areas of marketing opportunity. Or, you know, I'm not going to do social media marketing. I don't think that's important. I'm not going to focus on that. You're missing out on so many areas that are just so important. Are smart. Teaching online. They know the regulations. They know what other home care providers are doing. They know. They're looking online. The children of baby boomers, they're my age. I am the child of a baby boomer. So I'm very much so, I'm not that old. You know, I'm very tech savvy. When I go to look for things, where do I go? I go online. I'm looking. I'm objective enough where, you know, I look at reviews, but I understand, you know, reviews are 50-50. But I'm looking, and maybe because of the profession I'm in, but I'm looking at your Facebook page. What does it say to me? Are engaging in the community and doing things? And, is your page alive, or is it just, a post here in April of 2017, and then another post in November of 2017, and then another post in January of 2018? That's going to make me wonder, are you in business? Are you taking this serious? What exactly is going on with you? So please take social media marketing, please take it as something very serious. It is serious. It's very serious. People are, people are looking. They're looking online. We're in this whole technology era. You want to make sure you're capturing that in your business. You're taking advantage of it. Another area I want to touch on for you guys in regards to social media is if you decide to utilize social media in your business, please take caution to your own social media pages. So a lot of people may feel a certain way about this. They may feel, why should I have to take caution of my personal social media? This is my personal opinion. You want to take caution because, again, people are looking. And I promise you, if they find out that, okay, Dina Shepherd owns this business, 9 times out of 10, if they're looking for your business page, they are going to absolutely look at your personal page. And you want to make sure that your personal page does not provide anything that would be such a turnoff. You can have your personal opinions, your personal say offline, but online, when you're trying to run a business and you're marketing your business online, social media is not the place to air out your dirty laundry about your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or that drunk night you don't remember getting home. None of that. Anything that can be seen as unprofessional, you don't want it on social media. You simply do not want it. So if you're going to market your business on social media, please make sure you take caution to your own personal social media presence. It's very, very, very important that you do that. But again, to close out this, it's strategy, guys. It's all about home care marketing strategy. Are you taking the time to properly plan your marketing early? The worst thing you can do is go through the application process, get the application, establish the business, and then think about marketing, because then you are going to be marketing from a place of desperation, which is the worst way to market your business. If you market from a place of desperation, it's going to show, and it is going to be an ultimate turnoff. It's going to be a turnoff to people that are receiving your marketing message. So you want to make sure that you are marketing with purpose, you're marketing with integrity, meaning when you're marketing and you're selling your business, do so by letting them know what makes you authentic and what makes you special and amazing. You do not by any means have to go and downplay another agency or talk bad about another agency or another professional. Market with integrity. Another area where you can market with integrity, do not promise them something that you cannot deliver on, because I promise you, they will remember. Your professional referrals will remember, and your families will remember. If you market to them and you tell them, oh, I can provide you with XYZ at this time frame. I always believe in under promise and over deliver. Under promise and over deliver. You can't go wrong there. That's the best way to handle it. Because if you over promise and under deliver, there's no coming back from that. There's no redeeming that. You're scarred with that, because that's how they're going to remember you. So make sure that you're marketing with integrity. When you're marketing your business, yes, you want to say the right things. But if you are a new business owner or a new marketer, especially for you business owners, I want to share this with you. A lot of times I will talk to people, and business owners will be very nervous about marketing because they are nervous that they're going to say the wrong things, or they're not going to be as polished in their terms when they're talking to people. I can tell you that your passion for your business, I promise you, your passion for your business is going to outshine any word stumbles that you may encounter because you're nervous. There is no one better to market your business in the beginning than you. You are the best person to market your business because, number one, you need to know who your contacts are. You need to know who is who. And people need to know you as the business owner. They need to know that you own and operate this business. Third, as I mentioned before, no one's going to have that passion like you. That's going to be evident when you speak about your business, when you're sharing what makes you different, your organization different than others. That's going to show. So no one is going to have that kind of passion for your business like you. And even once you decide to bring on a marketing individual, which ultimately is going to be up to you, I will say you want to make sure you have a good flow of revenue coming in before you bring in a marketing individual. But when you bring on that marketing person, do not just transfer everything over to their lap. You want to make sure you are still involved. You want to make sure you have days where you are marketing and you are going out with this marketing person that you've hired. Always keep your thumb on the marketing process. Always. Very, very, very important. So if you are new to home care marketing, I bid you congratulations on starting your home care business. If you're just thinking about getting started, or you're just in those early stages, please take time to consider the marketing aspect. If you have any additional questions, please ask me. I'll be more than happy to support you and help you through marketing your home care business. Some low-hanging fruits I'm going to give you as a tip. Go to those assisted living communities and those independent living communities. Those are going to be your low-hanging fruit. Again, as I mentioned earlier, those are people, they already have your ideal clients right there in front of them. They're private pay. They're going to need some support. It's going to be ideal. So take the time to create a good marketing plan. How you create that marketing plan is by determining who your competition is. You want to make sure you have competitive rates for service. You want to learn what your competitors are charging for service as well. You want to determine what the needs are. Do you have a lot of seniors in your local area that you're looking to provide service? If not, perhaps you need to modify locations. You know, maybe you live in a particular county or area and there's not a lot of seniors in that immediate area. You need to be open as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. You need to understand that you are providing a service. So it may not be your dream. You might have had a dream of providing a service in this particular county, but if there's no need in that particular county, you want to be flexible. So put that marketing plan together and work that plan with consistency. So I hope you enjoyed this marketing training. I hope you found value in this. Again, if you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I wish you the best success in your business. Thank you for joining me.